Hi, we are back with Marko Papic, who is the chief strategist at Clocktower Group, and we just did a discussion on the elections. But one of the things we didn't, which I hope you'll find and watch, but one of the things we didn't really cover was kind of the questions that I get in Zurich a lot around, in Europe, you think that the focus of the Trump agenda is kind of European security and Ukraine, NATO. But you were just back talking from potential members of the Trump administration. What is your thoughts about that?
Well, I think that Donald Trump likes to use something he calls maximum pressure. And so he will threaten a lot, but with the intention of getting something else in return. And actually, Donald Trump's priorities in Europe is to just get Europe to pay more for its defense. I know it's difficult to believe that because he has openly boasted about telling European leaders in a 2018 NATO summit that he would not defend Europe against a Russian attack. He boasted about this later after he left the presidency. But you don't have to go to Washington, D.C. to sort of get the real perspective on this, because the advisors of potential Trump administration that I speak to, they would fall into more of a sort of internationalist camp, more of the establishment camp. But Stephen Bannon, he's very America First, isolationist, nationalist advisor, has recently said in an interview that Trump just wants NATO to evolve from a protectorate, the word he used, to an actual military alliance, and that Trump has no intention of abandoning NATO. So don't take it from me and the people I talk to. I mean, take it from the most probably nationalist, America First advisor that Trump has. And so what I think you will see is a Trump that pushes Germany and other countries that spend less than 2% of their GDP on military to actually boost that. And he will be successful not because he's a good negotiator, but because that's where we're headed anyways. I mean, it's pretty clear after the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The other thing, though, that I do think he will do is I think he will be very harsh on Ukraine. And I think that he will be harsh in terms of sort of stating the obvious, which is that there is a stalemate in this conflict. And it's going to be very difficult for that stalemate to change, even with a robust Western military support for Ukraine. Now, I don't think that this is something that's very Trumpian. I think that this is something we can observe in data and in the evolution of the conflict itself. But I think Trump will sort of break glass and make everyone realize this is where we are. And so I do think that Ukraine and Russia will have to not get a peace deal. I don't think that will ever happen. But some sort of a ceasefire will have to follow Trump administration.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you so much again, Marko, and look forward to doing this again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mark.